Witam wszystkich bardzo serdecznie w kolejnym, prawdopodobnie ostatnim odcinku z serii Zagrajmy w Assassin's Creed Revelations. Ja jestem Juno i razem z Eziem i Sofią ruszamy do Biblioteki Altaira.
Nothing is true is to realize that the foundations of society are fragile and that we must be the shepherds of our own civilization. To say that everything is permitted is to understand that we are the architects of our actions and that we must live with their consequences, whether glorious or tragic.
Mądre słowa co do tego
Do you regret your decision
wszystko jest
to live as an assassin for so long?
I do not remember making that decision. This life, it chose me. For 3 decades, I have served the memory of my father and my brothers, and fought for those who have suffered the pain of injustice. I do not regret those years, but it is time to live for myself, and let them go. To let go of all of this.
to pytanie, czy ścieżka mu na to pozwoli.
The end of the road.
Dobrze,
What do
użyjmy
you
w
hope to
takim
find
razie
behind that door?
kluczy. O rany,
Knowledge,
trzeba
above all
je
else.
odpowiednio ułożyć.
Altair was a profound man and a prolific writer. He built this place as a repository for all his wisdom.
Kurde.
He saw many things in his life,
A mogę użyć...
learned many secrets, both troubling and strange. Knowledge that would drive lesser men to despair.
To się jakoś powinno chyba łączyć.
Does that worry you?
Sophia, you should know by now that I am not a lesser man.
Zaraz,
Ezio,
może tak? O właśnie, F1
did
to
Altair
będzie...
leave behind any clues? Perhaps something only those with heightened senses can see.
Zaraz, no bo... Ha, bo myślałam, że zmysł orła F czy tam V normalnie mam użyć. A tutaj zmysł orła raczej inaczej idzie. W ten sposób. To powinno być chyba tu. To tu. Tak. I tak.
You had better come out of there alive.
I plan to.
Ale życie nie lubi, jak człowiek snuje plany. I to jest smutne. Ale co nas takiego oprócz straszliwego kurzu może czekać w takim miejscu? Mam nadzieję, że nic strasznego i nic, co by chciało nas zabić. Jak Ezio dba o oświetlenie. Biec nie mogę. No tak. W sumie ma być klimat.
No books. No wisdom. Just you, fratello mio. Requiescat in pace, Altair.
Upiorne. Czyżby ostatnie wspomnienia Altaira?
You have seen to my books.
Yes. Some we sent with the Polos. The rest will go with me to Alexandria.
Good. Very good.
Father, I do not understand. Why did you build a library if you did not intend to keep your books?
You should go. When the Mongols return, Masyaf must be empty.
I see. This is not a library at all. It is a vault.
It must stay hidden, Darim. Far from eager hands. At least until it has passed on the secret it contains.
What secret?
Go, son. Go be with your family. And live well.
All that is good in me began with you, Father.
Ani kroku nie poczynimy Altairem?
Is much grief, and he that increaseth
Jednak.
knowledge increaseth sorrow.
What does it tell you? What do you see?
Strange visions and messages of ones who came before, of their rise and their fall.
But what happens to us, Altair? To our family? What does the apple say?
Tak, teraz to już
Who are the
nawet
ones who came before?
potruktać nie mogę.
What brought them here? How long ago?
Tam coś się świeci.
Get rid of that thing!
Mogę to zobaczyć? Tak, nawet chyba muszę.
This is my
No tak,
duty,
bo
Maria.
najpierw trzeba jabłko ukryć.
If you are asked, say I sent the apple away. Tell them I sent it to Cyprus or Cipango or that I dropped it into the sea. Tell them anything to keep men away from this place. This apple must not be found. Not until the time is right.
I teraz już sobie klapniemy. Tak, usiądź i odpocznij na wieki. Dobrze. No i Ezio wie już, co zrobić. No właśnie. O, i nawet biegać mogę, jakież to miłe.
Another artifact. No. You will stay here. I have seen enough for one life. Desmond?
He's talking to me?
I heard your name once before, Desmond. A long time ago. And now it lingers in my mind, like an image from an old dream. I do not know where you are, or by what means you can hear me. But I know you are listening. I have lived my life as best I could, not knowing its purpose, but drawn forward like a moth to a distant moon. And here at last, I discover a strange truth. I am only a conduit for a message that eludes my understanding. Who are we who have been so blessed to share our stories like this? To speak across centuries? Maybe you will answer all the questions I have asked. Maybe you will be the one to make all this suffering worth something in the end. Now, listen.
Ciekawe, nie wiem.
Do you hear me, Cypher? Can you see me? Ah, there you are. Good. A strange place, this nexus of time. I am not used to the calculations. That has always been Minerva's domain. I see you still have many questions. Who were we? What became of us? What do we desire of you? You will have your answers. Only listen, and I will tell you how. Both before the end and after, we sought to save the world. We built vaults within which to work, each dedicated to a different method of salvation. They were placed underground to avoid the war which raged above, and also as a precaution should we fail in our efforts. Each vault's knowledge was transmitted to a single place. It was our duty, mine, Minerva's, and Juno's, to sort and sample all that was collected. We chose those solutions which held the most promise, and devoted ourselves to testing their merits. 6 we tried in succession, each more encouraging than the last, but none worked. And then the world ended. The earth shook for days, the fires burned for weeks, and when the ash had settled, less than 10,000 of your kind still lived, and far fewer of ours. But we carried on, together, to rebuild, to renew. Listen, you must go there, to the place where we labored and lost. Take my words, pass them from your head into your hands. That is how you will open the way. But be warned, much still remains in flux, and I do not know how things will end, either in my time or yours.
Taka trochę niekończąca się opowieść, co?
Wait, look, his vitals are stabilizing. Something's happening. He's moving.
Desmond, can you hear me? Son?
I know what we need to do.
Tak, takie misje nigdy się nie kończą. Dlatego nie dziwne, że części Assassin's Creed powstało tak wiele. I oczywiście wszystkie je będziemy tam z czasem przechodzić. Znaczy ja będę, a jak ktoś z Was ma cierpliwość, to będzie oglądał. W każdym razie tutaj mamy już koniec. I jest to, cóż, i ciekawy koniec, i ciekawa gra. I wydaje mi się, że grając tym razem trochę zmieniłam o niej zdanie. I obecnie nie wiem, czy nie uważam jej za grę lepszą od Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Jakoś tak chwyciła mnie. Chociaż wciąż uważam ją za może, jak na początku się wyraziłam, najmroczniejszą z części o Eziu. Tak teraz chyba znalazłam właściwsze słowo, bo nie chodzi, że jest jakaś mroczna czy coś, tylko bardziej taka przytłaczająca, taka jakby końcowa. No w końcu historia Ezia tutaj już w grach się skończyła, więc no, tam pewnie wiódł sobie już w miarę spokojne życie po wyjściu z biblioteki. Jednak no, Desmondowi żyć spokojnie tu dane nie jest, dalej będzie pewnie się zmagał biedaczysko z wspomnieniami, a my razem z nim. Stąd, no właśnie, zapraszam na kolejne serie, które kiedyś tam będą, nie od razu oczywiście, jak to zwykle u mnie. A na razie to by było tyle. Na kanale pojawi się kolejna seria oczywiście, ale z innych gier raczej niż Assassin's Creed. Więc na razie, trzymajcie się, cześć.